All right, next up we got Indy. We got Jacksonville, little AFC South. Dust off the flow chart, Sean. Yeah. -3 for the Jags, -155. 46 is the total. As I mentioned, Jags looking ahead to London, aka their second home. Maybe a reprieve for all the losing they've been doing in Jacksonville. Worth updating. Now Trevor Lawrence now 0-9 in his last 9 starts.
Yes. I mean, this is what's annoying.
Joe Flacco, I think, made the team better, but Anthony Richardson could go. Jonathan Taylor.
This is
another mysterious injury.
He's got. It's a ankle sprain that's higher up, but not a high ankle sprain. From what I could put together.
Can we get a diagram, please?
Jonathan Taylor says he's good to go, which almost 100% means he's not. If we've kind of seen the trend here, do the Jags have any kitchen sinks left, Ryan? Because they've been throwing them out, and it is just clunking one after the other. Although they did cover against the Texans.
I think Peterson's got a bunch in his front lawn. People dropping him off.
Well, this is weird too because it's an 0-4 team that's favored by 3, right? Like back in the day,
you don't often see that.
I wish I could find a trend on that. If anyone knows, 0-4 teams favored, it probably means the market's onto something that they deserve to be favored because of extenuating circumstances. And the Jags own the Colts. 1-7 the Colts are ATS versus the Jags since 2020. 2-15-1 going all the way back to 2015. And there's been some bad Jags teams in there, like Gardner Minshew. Like their one win was against the Colts. Like there's just something about this. I do worry about. I think what the final factor is it's still going to be hot as shit down there. Yeah. This is a thermometer game. You have a dome team in a thermometer game. I don't like that the Jags are looking ahead because last year in this spot where they were looking ahead to 2 London games, they lost by 20 to the Texans. But again, that's also a flow chart. So there's a lot of ins, a lot of outs.
Who's starting for the Colts?
I don't know. Anthony Richardson sore, limited practice.
He doesn't look like a guy that plays through injury.
Which is weird because
last year he failed to play through an injury that I was able to play through for multiple seasons on the rugby pitch. Anthony Richardson not able to play through it. Could be a young athlete thing. How can you think now they're saying it's oblique? I thought it was hip pointer. He looked like it was one of those injuries.
I think it's going to be best case scenario for Jags backers. He plays, but he's not 100%. And you're dealing with the heat and humidity. I think this is Jacksonville all the way. Also, it's just an ugly game. Why not take the home team here? Although it's supposed to be 80, but 85% humidity, some light rain. This is just going to be an ugly ass game. Imagine Trevor Lawrence with a slippery ball. Or sorry, Trevor Lawrence too, but imagine Anthony Richardson with slippery balls.
I mean, I'm surprised we're on the same side here. But
what do you mean?
Oh, I think this is a Jags spot because
100%.
I think they're gonna do that stupid thing where they don't give Flacco all the practice reps.
Nope.
Try to get Anthony Richardson in there, and we saw what happened with Flacco. It was good at first, but once the defense adjusted, and oh by the way, Saxonville, if they're able to get after the quarterback, no Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if it is Flacco, I don't know if it's a positive in this game.
Yeah, Flacco outdoors in this heat, I think could be trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
old guy Ryan, old guy back issues.
All right,
wasn't that why Flacco was out of the league? Remember, like that last start for the Jets where he had to fly down to Florida. Was it for cramping? No, but don't you remember Joe Flacco? Like one of his last starts, wasn't it? When he was still on the Jets, he like flew down to Miami and got destroyed. It was an incredibly ugly game. That was in the season where he put up 2 40-point fantasy performances, I believe. But then didn't he have like one? I'm gonna look that up. Look it up real quick. Well, while we move on to the next game, but yeah, I mean, this was a game where I thought I was going to be on the Colts because Joe Flacco would be starting, but it doesn't seem like they want to start Joe Flacco. When I see the coach saying Anthony feels much better. So Joe Flacco's last game in Florida, it was January of 2023, not that long ago. They lost 11-6. He was 18-33 for 149 yards. 4.52 yards per.
So he's not a. I mean,
I'm telling you, this is. I think it's bad if. I think Flacco in the right circumstances might be able to pull this game off, but not in Florida. This is a Jags all the way.